we are back. War of the Crows, Season 2. It's me, Inspector Campbell. And I've come back to join you in Season 2. I quite like it here. I've got some new friends to make sure that Saffron doesn't wake up the next morning. Because of that one devil's bargain. I told you we're going to come back. I told you.
I've got the note here. Inspector is dedicated to taking down Saffron. I've left on my notes.
Didn't believe me.
Believed you. Oh, I believed you at the time. Oh. To be honest, in the moment, it was a very good because it didn't have any immediate consequences. So it was,
yeah.
A good deal.
It's a very good deal.
That's a very good deal.
Well, there are actually 4 of us here today. We have some technical issues with videos, cameras, and things. Silas is having issues with his internet. Cannot join today, but I think today will be maybe a little bit of downtime, a little bit of free time. Maybe having a little think about a score. But yeah, I mean, Friedrich, did you happen to learn the big reveal at the last episode?
I'm afraid I remain in the dark. So
like a blade.
A big reveal would be just super.
Well, I mean, I recommend going back and watching it for the full dramas. But essentially, it is the case that the Billhooks leaders, Coran Cassidy and his mother Erin Cassidy, are in fact in league with the North Hook Company. This you know, and they were having to explain themselves of what happened at the customs house to the leader of the North Hook Company, Ramara Ibn Ramab. And you also saw in this meeting there were 2 other figures, Milo, the leader of the Red Sashes, and also with them as well, Inspector Campbell, who is now a rogue agent in the service of the Aruvians and de facto North Hook Company. And you will also see there is the Iruvian diplomat there as well in this circle of conspirators, who you recognise Friedrich as one of the people from the Circle of Flame.
Oh dear.
So, oh dear. So it is a some sort of rogues gallery of villains that you've made over the course of the 2 seasons. And you know, there was a bit of a sort of a decision to make whether to reveal this information to the players. It's not something that the characters themselves would necessarily know, but I think Blades likes having that meta conversation where you know what's going on, so you can make cool and interesting decisions. So
yes, I did not clock that the Campbells. Wait, you said Cassie. Wait, I'm so confused. They're not related. I got really confused there for a second. No, Cassie is Coran's mother. Sorry, I thought you said it was Campbell's mother. I was like, oh, bizarre.
it's an ancient, wise and old Irish woman.
There's too many guz. So Coran Cassidy is that's Lorenzo's like cousin, right? No, he's from the
Billhook boy.
That's the Billhook boy, who's the son of the guy, and this is I assume is the wife of the dad. Is that dead or just gone?
He's in Ironhook prison.
Ironhook prison, great. Cassidy's working with them, and the head of the Norfolk is Aruvian. That's kind of the really big twist. She's new to us.
Yes.
But she works with Milo, who we do know, who's not a...
Yeah, so this is probably what the Red Sashes have been doing since you kicked them out of Crow's Foot. This is kind of where they've been trying to put their efforts. I mean, Saffron, maybe you kind of would know of Ramara from back in the day when you were doing some Eruvian trade, plying the trade, and she was someone who would have been a big player in that as well.
But are we? Only again, we don't know anything. But I mean, just raw interest. The Norfolks existed before. It didn't suddenly pop up when we won the war. I mean, it was a year ago, I suppose. But or did they? Is it they've taken it over, or was something that sprung up actually in the last year since we kind of ended it, or was that?
I think it's always been run by like Iruvian Leviathan hunters and like nobles. Sort of control that Iruvian trade and beyond. But the Red Sashes have thrown their lot in with them to kind of help make them make some money and you know, since they lost all their territory.
It's more the lead. It's more the Iruvians running at our Iruvians who hate us. It's more the big shift.
Well, I mean, Romara probably doesn't hate you. I wouldn't have thought, but probably would if she found out that you guys did the custom house job. But at the moment, they don't seem to know that.
I feel like it's not be too hard to figure out though, right? Because we let them all run back. Oh, we did blame. No, we blame it on the loss, didn't we? That's the main Liberty gibbet. I feel like we need to do some pretty good damage control of the lost, right? Because basically we have kind of really just fucked them over, right?
Yeah, and Campbell's now on the case.
Yeah, we don't know that, but we still know that basically the way we left it was basically blame the loss to get out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's only going to amplify tensions between the lost and the Billhooks. So we probably need to do a lot of work to reassure them. So is it a case of our next score being something lost related? Obviously, we're keeping an eye on the fact of our ultimate goal, which is to take over the docks. But I think we need to probably put some time in with them. It helps having a inside man like Lorenzo, who's got a good connection. But we probably need to help that relationship, I imagine. What say you, Lorenzo? They're your people.
A lot of that was just cut out for me. Could you repeat that?
Basically, we kind of fucked over the loss by making them take the fall for everything. We should probably do some damage control.
Do some damage control for the loss. I mean, yeah.
Definitely. Reassure them as well. I said maybe make our next score something to do with them and something they need that can kind of help them out, because they're probably pretty vulnerable. I mean, they've got the ire of the Billhooks on them.
I mean, it makes sense for to kind of like put the pressure on the Billhooks further. I think.
No, agreed.
As far as Lorenzo is concerned, because then we're backing up the loss by diminishing that threat. But also there's all this talk between Cortland and Lorenzo about actually going through and just fucking up the Billhooks to some part, and then in their part in the Vincetti murders.
Yeah, because we're not really too worried about the Billhooks not liking us. The main advantage of the last one was more that they lost standing with the Norfolk. So I guess it's also that, is it's keeping the pressure up, making sure that I guess the Billhooks, the Norfolks don't have a chance to kind of sit down and basically just go, "Oi, that wasn't us." That's kind of the weak link in the plan, as if they all just chat and they're like, "Well, we didn't. We went there to get the lost, and they did it." So there is a bit of a loose thread there. Worth. I'm thinking it might be worth. It might be a bit risky. In the downtime, using our connection through what's his name? Faith, Dawn, Hope, Grace. One of those kind of names. To go back and talk to the Billhooks and kind of just check in, post the score, and just try and keep the ruse alive a little bit. Yeah. Maybe Saffron can go and talk to the Billhooks while Lorenzo goes and talks to the Lost, and we just kind of keep everything.
Yeah. And Silas wanted to talk to Hammer as well. So he can go do that.
Who's Hammer is who?
He's the leader of the Dockers.
We did, yeah, to conflict with the Dockers. Oh, there was something we fucked with the Dockers a bit as well, didn't we? I can't remember what was the.
Yeah, I think because the Dockers would have seen you and the Billhooks basically doing a job
That was
together,
it, yes.
or
Okay.
like learnt of it. So
So yeah, we got a lot of damage control to do, basically. Well, in lieu of that, I don't know, Friedrich, do you want to go and talk to the Dockers?
Guess so. Yeah.
The challenge was, like we just said, yes, that obviously we came into this to try and win the Dockers over, and the Dockers hate the Billhooks, but we were obviously spotted kind of invading the outpost with the Billhooks. We have to kind of go and reassure the Dockers that we're not actually working with the Billhooks. It's all, what it is.
Yeah, because we did not reassure them with that
No.
without actions
No.
on the heist.
Indeed. Well, okay. Well, I will. We split up to go and
a
try and
series of sway rolls.
yes, try and put out lots of fires. We've started both literally and figuratively. So I don't know how we get in contact with Grace. Do we just snap our fingers, or like did it sound a little or whatever? But
She'll be
A
along.
bird call. A bird call.
I love that Olly does those little Harry Potter references just for me.
I didn't get that one.
No one else would get them. They're such deep cuts.
That's what Emily and I say to each other when we ask where Pepper is, the cat. So she'll be along.
Down by Bottom Bridge.
Okay, well, I make contact with Grace and I explain the situation. She's on our side, so I'm not, pretty open about what's going on. But
She's probably
letting her know,
hanging out in, Cafe Duskville.
Yes. Of course. Well, yeah, I definitely grab
Cafe Fungi.
I definitely grab a mushroom mushy chino while I'm there.
Nice.
Uh,
And a slice of
Portobello poisson. I don't know.
I'm trying to combine panettone with porcini.
Panettone.
But yeah.
And a porcini.
Panettone. Some panettone.
Yeah, because it's nearly Christmas. Great, lovely.
Pineapple chili.
And yeah, I let her know it's. I want to follow up. Go talk to our people and just check in how they're doing and debrief from the mission. Because again, the ruse is that we're badly for all of us. It should be the.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Should be the.
She sets up a little meeting, or takes you to where Coran is, somewhere in the docks.
And I ask him, have you seen the inspector recently? Metagaming. In the docks. Okay. Coran. Good day. How are your men? It was a bit of a botched operation, I'm afraid. Have they recovered okay? It was horrific. What happened?
Says, we are still mourning the loss of Bricks. He was killed in the most violent of ways, almost as if one of our own was doing it.
Alas,
Perhaps-
I was trapped down in the foyer. I'd barely made it through the door when those dastardly lost set off a defense trap and pinned us all in. We were unable to even assist. Poor Bricks. Sounds horrendous what happened.
Yes, he disappeared, I hear, with your mad dog, ex-Bluecoat. Next thing you know, he was dead.
Well,
Mysteries abound.
That's what they know about Silas. He'd fight like hell to get the mission done. Yeah, there were dozens more lost, waiting in ambush. I am glad he returned, one of my crew, but I feel the loss of losing a valued lieutenant. I'd be feeling the same way. It's a damn awful time.
I too must share my condolences, and I feel them most keenly, for I, in fact, was present when Brix was slain. What's Milo's name again? Not Titus.
Silas.
Silas.
Captain Titus. He wishes.
My very good friend whose name I would never forget. Silas Templeton. And I rushed to the top floor with Brix to enter the vault and get the cargo. But the Lost were already there. 2 of them. And I saw one of them take out Brix with my very eyes. Leapt from the shadows as we came out from the stairs and slashed Brix's throat before he knew what was happening. Silas tried to help him, but couldn't reach him in time. I'm so sorry.
I think, yeah, Koran's watching you intently whilst you speak. And he says, yes, well, I appreciate your feelings and coming here to express it. There are some in the Billhooks who remain suspicious of you.
Oh, it's not surprising. It's an awful time. I can understand that feeling. That's why I wanted to come here and make sure to quash any sort of rumors of that sort, because it was quite horrific. You didn't see our man Lorenzo. He was quite beaten and bruised as well. It was an awful time, but Silas as well is very, very shaken, traumatized by the incident of what happened.
It is.
He's I think back in our emporium now, wrapped up in a nice warm blankie with a cup of hot mushroom cocoa, trying to recover from the brutality of what we saw. It was a feigned operation from the start, and I can only thank you for your assistance. We unfortunately were not successful in the mission.
Perhaps you would like to join me in another mission to seek out our revenge.
On the Lost, yes.
I think between us, those pests would not stand a chance.
Yes, I think originally we didn't necessarily have much ill will towards the Lost. We knew you obviously were not standing with them, and we wanted to do something to, help you. But now they've certainly put themselves in very much in our bad graces. Just don't look at our little score sheet. That's all the pluses and minuses. I'm not watching the stream.
This is the internal version.
But no, absolutely. Anything to get some revenge would be best suited. You can perhaps let Grace know the details when you're ready to enlist us, and we'll be more than happy to embark and make amends for such a calamitous event.
Very well. My father wishes us to strike before the next moon. So, tomorrow, basically.
It's the same moon every night. It's not. Does it go away and come back again?
But it looks different, so we pretend it's a different moon. It's a cultural thing.
Yes, out with his diagrams. Look, the moon on the shadows.
We learnt this first day in the university.
Now, we must respect all cultural traditions.
Of course. Just a man of science and understanding. Well, yes. When you have the information, let us know. We'll be readying ourselves, prepare from our own damages as well, and we'll be ready to help in any way we can.
Right. So you've agreed to go and find and kill the Lost.
What's the word? Kick the can on the road for a second.
Nice. All right. Interesting. And then we smash cut to Lorenzo talking to Cortland in the lost. Don't worry, mate. You'll be alright, mate. You there, Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking
Yeah.
to Cortland, or are you waiting for your mates to go with you?
I'll have been at the Emporium waiting for the recounter.
Okay.
Probably best to be filled in about what's been said and then go ahead with that. By the sounds of it, maybe a second ambush.
Well, that's
I
Yeah.
would expect that.
Who do you frame this time?
Bring
The
in another gang. Frame the.
dress up as lampblacks.
Who are those crazy bastards down by the docks?
dress up as the Red Sashes.
The grinders. We'll blame them.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to go to them and tell them.
Silas just
Well, yeah.
pretends he only has one arm, and then
Shall we send a chain email and forget to blind CC and just CC all of them in?
shit.
So it's really awkward. They're all in on the plan. Oh hey guys. 17 gangs involved.
My God.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah. Look, my mind leapt to yes, well, ambush, but it would kind of have to be an all-in kind of thing. Like, it would have to kind of end the Billhooks. I don't know if they're going to get
Yeah.
such a big offensive. Like,
Yeah, I think that would be the goal. I don't think there's room for much else if they're set on killing
Yeah.
the Lost. It's either them or the Lost at this point. I think.
yeah, I would say so.
Um,
I would say so.
So, old man, what'd you learn?
Well, they're not happy with the loss. That's not a surprise. They're planning another attack. So we must warn them, I suppose. I would get an envoy. I would start an envoy to the Lost and begin preparing them. We'll find out the details of the attack, and I think we might have to just try a bit more trickery to turn them against them and try and really finish the Billhooks off once for all. At least damage them so significantly that they won't be a threat to the Lost any further. I think if we want to take the docks, having the Lost at our backs as a support gang and group, I think will put us in good standing. But the Billhooks need to be severely weakened or even destroyed, ideally.
I think we. I like your thinking, Saffron. I think we should probably make a show that it's us. It's the Emporium leading this ambush as well. So to stamp out, who allegiance lies to.
Yes, we need to make it very clear. But it stands with the Lost, correct?
Sorry.
You said we've got to make relations clear. I'm just checking. That means the
Yeah.
Lost.
Yeah, clear to everybody that we're not who we are liege to. Right?
Well,
To the Lost. Well, I'm saying
and,
that
ben,
we want
and
to be part
also,
of the
and
Lost.
also, no, they're thinking about. Wait. So you don't want to help the Lost?
No, we do, but it's
Yeah.
because Lorenzo's cousin.
Yeah.
Hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin. Well, I was just thinking, at the end of the day, the Northhooks are technically, unhappy with the Billhooks, so we could almost, if we do fuck over the Billhooks, we can still spin it off as being also to the Northhook company. We can go to them and say, look, we got revenge for the great Billhook attack on your
19 tickety 2.
on Diggity 2 on your outpost. So that could, I think that is the next, the next step is to set up this. Works and all kind of works for the better goal of the taking the docks. It works for the meta game of.
Do we set up a meeting with the Northhook and try and get a job for them to find out who's fucking the docks, and then we're like,
No, I
well,
think-
it was us. We're
I
gonna
think
say
there's
it's the Billhooks.
some benefit in it. Again, just think about the rules and realism of the world. We're just like teleporting around talking to everyone. If that's even possible, or is it maybe putting us too precariously? If we're just chatting to everyone, it does start to be a bit what's the word?
I think
Obvious we're fucking people over. But there's some world where I can see let the Norfolk know what we're planning, either to get some support or at least to kind of make sure they know what's happening, so they don't get in the way, or I don't know. There could be some world, but we don't really have. We don't have a Norfolk contact, do we yet?
I think getting the contact is just a roll or a downtime activity. I think we can do that fairly well.
Very shady.
Well, clearly.
Hard to find.
You must have a head office or a telephone number in a directory somewhere, or a website with.
I was going to say maybe.
It's like when you see on Google Maps, you see like a business name, and then you go on Street View, and it's like just some house in a cul-de-sac. You're like, what?
Yeah.
How is this Bob's Shirts Limited?
I mean, a few of our inns. Lorenzo was in the Leviathan Hunters for a while. He might know the like a officer son of some aristos high up in the Norfolk, or also Friedrich swims around in that pond of upper class twats who are most definitely Norfolk. So
that is
what
true.
say you, twat Friedrich?
True. I could try to surreptitiously make some contacts.
I think it's worth it. We're gonna need it ASAP.
I mean, I was just wanting to talk to them so we can maybe like fish out a job about finding their corrupt gang, i.e. the Billhooks, and then get money for this as well on top of
well, I'm not sure they would. I'm not sure they'd be too. They wouldn't treat you like just any old crew, because they know that you're the ones who got rid of the Red Sashes out of the Iruvians out of Crowsfoot.
We don't know they know that.
And they, however good our cover up was, they may harbour some suspicions that we were involved in the customs house job. But I mean, we're gonna if the objective is still to try and break up this kind of cabal, then
we don't know there's a cabal yet.
Well, like this kind of unholy alliance of what is it, Billhooks and Campbell and
Iruvians, yeah. I mean, you know that they're the ones who are in charge of the docks, pretty much. Which is what you
Norfolk.
want.
Yeah, but I think we think the Norfolks is like this big grey thing. We don't really know what it is. It's like as you said, a cabal. But we don't know who the working parts are, or the working parts are behind that.
How have we approached every probably hostile, definitely needing to get out of the way group so far in this campaign? We've sidled up to them and gone, "We're lovely and we love you. Can we work with you?"
Yeah.
So I feel like Friedrich engineering a chance meeting with some trade executive in a high-class bar, and just happening to mention that he has he's a co-owner of a very reputable and efficient shipping company.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the first objective. Then is like finding out who the Norfolk actually are. Like, what are the working parts and what are they doing? What they're responsible for?
Yeah, well, I agree, but we have quite an immediate concern that the Billhooks are attacking the Lost tomorrow. So I do agree with that. I just liked your idea though, Lorenzo, of again going back to our needs and wants to keep that in mind, trying to get a payday out of it. So I do like the idea of trying to make contact with someone to say, look, just so you know, we got a chance to get the guys back. So if there was some way to do that and get a payday out of it, that would be the.
I like the saltburnification of you guys shoehorning in between the Billhooks and the Norfolk, and being like, they're rubbish, they betrayed you, love me instead.
That's basically it, yeah. But so if we're able to find a contact, just anyone that could just at least start the relationship with the Norfolk, at least maybe get some kind of like assurance of, hey, if we do this, is there some coin or favour in the offerings? But it does seem like a tall order.
Friedrich volunteers as tribute, but only if he gets to lick the plug hole.
Lick the plug hole? Excuse me?
Have you not seen Saltburn?
No.
Dear, oh dear.
It's as bad as it sounds.
It's,
I mean,
it's
looking
exactly as bad as it sounds. Probably worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
The movie is very good. I actually really like it. But that phrase is not an analogy. It's a direct description.
Lick me plug hole. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's also like I can't listen to Murder on the Dance Floor now without thinking of that massive Willie.
There was a period in the last few months that song was constantly on the radio. I'd hear it like 10 times a day at work.
Yeah.
Probably for that reason.
It's like when
It definitely is for that reason.
Like when Running Up That Hill suddenly became the biggest song in the world for about 2 months because of Stranger Things.
So fucking. I just hate the radio in general. Anyhow.
The radio.
I
Look,
fucking hate the radio.
All we need is Radio Gaga.
I grit my teeth when the radio comes on.
Goo.
No, I'm totally with you. I think all radiation should be refused. And I applaud your decision to cut yourself off from the Wi-Fi 5G conspiracy.
Do you still listen to LBC, Mikey?
That's why I've turned off my Wi-Fi.
James
completely.
O'Brien. Oh yeah, JOB.
Do you ever catch Ollie Dugmore? But he's like 3 a.m, isn't he?
No, I'm so sporadic on it, to be honest.
He's like the only actual left-wing one.
Yeah, he's on like 4 a.m. on a Sunday.
Prime
Alex
time.
will also wear a aluminium foil coat. Yes.
Well, so you go and talk to the Lost, or are you going to talk to, or split the party?
So, I think getting money from the whole killing the Billhooks may be a bit too forward, maybe a bit too lucky.
No, but I agree. But it's it's subjective. We've kind of set ourselves a prerogative to keep our mind on.
I think there are ways of getting money out of that score without having to get money from the Iron Hook.
Okay. Do tell.
Well, that would. Well, I don't know what the details of it are yet, but I'm sure they have some sort of riches there. But if we have extra load and extra time, we can take or do a reconnoiter, and gather some info if they have any wealth there.
Wealth where? Sorry, wealth.
Wherever we're attacking the Billhooks.
Well, they're going to try and attack the Lost, so surely we can a lost stronghold, like a lost.
Yeah, true. Maybe we can persuade them to bring something.
By the way, bring all your money. Don't ask me why.
In a nice set of like folded 50s and briefcases.
We could set up like a weapons deal for them. Say we're gonna help them kill the Lost, but we'll do it by securing them a really strong weapon, like a big garrote gun or something, and say they need to bring the coin for that.
Yeah,
and
quite
then we
like
could,
it.
ambush them then and take the coin.
Like it.
Wait, why would they bring coin?
Because we're selling them a weapon.
Right.
Such weapon does not exist, but we'll sell it as like a Gatling gun or something. Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Probably better.
We're smugglers. We smuggled it.
That's a fair point.
We intercepted it from a Sparkcraft smuggling ring.
It's a fair point, actually. You could have a Sparkcraft railgun.
I'm sure there's Sparkcraft weaponry that's stolen and traded within the city.
Well, I was going to say, the plan thinking was all like trying to get them to, but they don't need a pretense to meet the Lost. They're just going to attack the Lost. They're not going to like. We'd have to be so backward. Well, you should try and get them. It's triple cross territory. You should try and propose a trade with them and lure them out. And when you lure them out, then we would attack them. I mean, it's.
No, it's simple. They need to kill the Lost, and we've got a weapon that can make their job of killing them easier. Especially while they're weak.
But where are we getting that from?
We don't have to have the weapon. We can just come out with a cardboard box, not cardboard, but wooden box. We can fake insignia on the box. Sparkcraft from Weapons Facility XXX, whatever.
But how is that getting us money from them?
because they bring the money for the weapon we're selling them, and then we ambush them with the lost.
But the whole point is they're going to go and attack the lost. So there's a whole separate second.
Oh
ruse.
yeah, but I'm saying we just do this before they go and
It'd
attack the lost.
be more if saying like the lost somehow the lost were proposing a trade. So yes, Billhooks bring all your money, but the Billhooks go there. They wouldn't bring the money then if they were intending to kill them.
With
They would
time
never-
being a factor, but Ollie, is time like a factor here as much?
Tomorrow.
Are we that pressed?
Well, yeah. I mean, they'll probably be heading out the next day. So yeah, you've probably not got that much time. And you know the Billhooks' modus operandi will probably just be to like do what they were going to do with the
Just
customs
attack,
house
right?
and just rush them and
Yeah.
have an open pitched battle
Yeah.
would suit them fine
Mm.
because they're operating on revenge mode, anger mode.
I'm trying to think of a way to get paid
That
out of
is-
it.
They are just big dumb angry
might-
orcs.
You might have to accept that you can't.
No,
go
yeah, no,
payday
that's definitely
and
fair.
stop the loss from being wiped out in the same day.
No, that's definitely fair. But we made it a pretty big incentive. It's one of our very exciting goal, but it's goddamn it, earning money. It's one of our goals. I'm expressing our goals and beliefs.
Unless
I believe we should have more money.
Alright.
unless you wait for them to leave and then try and steal their war
Well-
chest.
Yes.
No, it-
Yeah.
we could park that idea for another day. I still like the idea though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they may have like a coin or two amongst their bodies. I don't know. We could take one as hostage or ransom him.
No, just sell their spirits.
Yeah, well,
You'll be as good as Flint.
that sounds insanely unethical.
I think we're okay with that.
Yeah, well, if we're not liking killing people, how does trapping them to eternal damnation sound
Sounds
in a
okay.
vacuum? In a
Eternal
cold
damnation
grain
on a
vacuum?
shelf.
Okay. I'll go. Lorenzo is gonna go talk with Cortland then.
Okay.
Anyone wanna join?
Um,
Bastards, come on! I'm after Dr. Cortland. Only I've talked to him so far.
Good. I'm just trying to think if it's worth maximising our.
Ah,
our damage.
jeez.
Yeah, all right. We'll go. Let's do it.
Come on, everybody! It's a party.
Party.
It's a
It's a
I'm
party.
just embracing it at this point.
See you
It's
at
a
the
party.
party.
Come on.
Come on, it's a party.
What you trying to do? What you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
You head down to Coal Ridge, where the Lost hang out. The Lost Boys.
The last.
The Lost Boys.
Is Cortland just standing by one of the trains?
With a exclamation mark on top of his head, yes. For you to hand in the
Brilliant.
quest. Yep.
Brilliant. I'm gonna kind of approach with the boys, and I'll kind of rattle my. I was gonna say cane, but I don't have a cane. I'm not an old man like Saffron.
Wait,
You lack a cane even. You just got a chair.
exactly. Who needs a cane when
Exactly.
you...
I'm gonna rattle my revolver, my fine pistol on the trains I'm walking by to make some metallic noise to alert him to our presence as we're walking down. Holstering my pistol straight away so he doesn't think I'm about to shoot him.
Says, you don't need to actually do that every time you arrive.
I mean, what can I say? I just like to make you know I'm here. I don't like sneaking up on people, you know. People I like.
It's like, yes, well, still have trouble getting the image of what your man did to that billhook out of my mind. Terrifying.
Look, Cortland, cousin, it's a messy, violent world out there, you know. And what he did that day was damn right disgusting, and that's not something we usually try and hold us. We try and hold ourselves better than that, higher than that, you know. But everybody has their slips. It was a bloody brutal day. But you got out all unscathed, didn't you?
Well, yes, we did actually. Really stuck it to those billhooks, eh? Yeah, but the North aren't too happy with them.
Yeah, that really angry. That shaking in their boots. There's one small thing, Cortland, cousin. How do I put this gently? The Billhooks want to kill you. They want to butcher you. They want to massacre you and all your gang, all your people. Okay?
Cortland's like,
gentle.
Cortland's like, well, I thought they might, but you're saying they're coming now?
Yeah, soon, in the next 24 hours, we can say, safely. But I don't plan to let them do this to you, you know?
Well, that's very honourable of you, Lorenzo, but you're going to use your little pistol and shoot every billhook that comes down these train tracks?
I had a more deadly idea in mind. He pulls his rifle out, and he looks to like a clock tower nearby, or like a high point on the rooftops. He fixes a spyglass to his rifle. Nice. I think you'll have an eye in the sky, let's say. Someone watching your back.
Nice. A crow crows ominously.
Caw.
From like an old, I don't know, like an air traffic control tower, but for trains. They must have them. Or one of those like cranes that go across the tracks, you know, and lift up the cargo.
Track it up, track it up, track it up, track it up.
Yeah. So, oh, maybe that one is a Decepticon though.
Oh.
A pile of rubbish that turns into one, with like wrecking balls. So, yeah. Okay, so Lorenzo, you're staying there in defense, are you?
Just lastly, I'll say that Cassidy, well, maybe we can draw them out into the open. You make a bit of an opening right here. Make it look like you're on your worst wares, like you're down bad. Make them just rush in and think it's gonna be an easy take. And then we'll come in from behind, cut them off, and that's all day. That's our day, Cortland, when the Vincetti name will be partially,
avenged.
What's the word? Avenged.
That's the day our name will be partially revenged. What a war cry. Partial revenge.
I'm pretty sure that's what William Wallace said to his men.
Very heroic.
Yeah, he's saying, well, it was okay being bait the last time, Lorenzo. I don't think we want to be bait when 20 bloody billhooks are charging towards us over open ground. Why can't we go in that tower with you?
You see, what you lack, Cortland, is vision and a tactical mind. There's only space in that tower for the one of us, buddy.
You don't play any video games, you normie.
You call me a normie?
Did you even finish Baldur's Gate 3, Cortland?
Well, Lorenzo didn't. Nice.
Yeah, maybe you probably need a better plan than the lost like 5 blokes standing there and taking a full-on charge to the face whilst you sit in a sniper's nest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we don't really know what
also-
the Billhooks plan is yet. I mean, is there something they just know where they are and they're going to come attack them? I mean,
It was.
we could...
Sorry.
No, I was going to say it just seems there's plenty we can do to make that harder. But we do need to. It's kind of the only way. But obviously, yeah, we're going to do a lot more than that. Obviously.
Yeah, I think this is I think they've always been an annoyance, but now I think the Billhooks have been like, we're gonna leverage favors and stuff, and we're gonna find out where their headquarters is and get rid of them once and for all.
I think Lorenzo's working plan was that obviously he'd be in the tower or whatever, or a high position, and then have kind of like, Silas's stompers if they're with us, or the rest of the Emporium to be on the ground.
They've got a gambling addiction now.
Ready to like charge in. And
yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty. I mean, it's funny because I'm trying to think of in this conversation. We just don't know what they're planning yet, but obviously there's plenty of things we can do. If we know they're coming this way, we can lay booby traps and
that's what I'm saying. Some well placed. Maybe we played too many games.
Okay,
well placed red barrels.
Yeah. Well, in this moment, we've got to talk Cortland into kind of playing ball. So, Cortland, my dear man, I understand your trepidation. We've played the rules once before, and while we may be doing a similar account, the difference is now we'll be playing on your turf. The main advantage we'll have is the element of knowing when they're coming. We'll be privy to all of their plans, as we'll be ingratiating ourselves within them. So you'll be able to have as few or as many people in as many as few positions you want. You can have just a few in the main base and everyone else around to the sides or up in the towers. We will lay support with traps and trinkets. I'm cooking up a very interesting idea in my head of... I haven't run it past the GM yet, so I can't really verify it at this point, but I've got schemes.
Extra large bomb.
Extra large bomb. All I'll say is we have all the advantages. You just need the courage and the gall to stand the ground. And this should be the moment we finish the Billhooks off once and for all. There may be losses on all sides, but it's either we do it this way or they just attack anyway, and we don't get the advantage. So think of yourselves less as the bait and more as just the defending army with an immense amount of backup and advantages of foresight and the time to prepare.
It was vaguely convincing, but how about this? We sort of move these train carriages around and sort of funnel the Billhooks down into a sort of a bottleneck, so to speak. And my men can stand at the end, but maybe they retreat back in waves.
Absolutely. No, fantastic. As long as there's no way around, we could always... What is that? There's definitely a thing where they make it really obvious and they don't go, and they go the other way. I think I'm just thinking Home Alone, to be honest. It's all just very Home Alone. But,
Home Alone 2.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No. If I go this way, we'll get...
And they check the doorknob to make sure it's not super hot. And then it's not, and then they pull it, and then...
That's it. Yeah, in the face. That's it.
Hammer's still in the head.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful plan. I could even be explosive to trip as they go through. But it's more a question if that might be quite an obvious trap. I can't see them just blindly, but they are big old meatheads, but even they're standing there, I can't see them blindly going through such a way. As long as there's no way they could filter around the back, then yes, I think it's a wonderful plan. Whatever you need, you've got time to prepare. I suppose the only thing I would advise, if they have to buy, is not to make it look too obvious that you know they're coming. Perhaps try not to be too clear setting up defenses. Maybe if you could just make it look like a normal day's movement. We don't want to give away that we have the advantage.
I think what you're looking for is for some vain-looking motherfucker to stand there in the heart of the carriages and just jeer and intimidate and taunt the Billhooks right where you want him, right into the choke. Someone with a big mouth. And he's pretty old. And has a powered wheelchair, perhaps.
That makes a lot of sound and light and noises.
Get like a really annoying alarm on it as well.
The only problem they're supposed to think we're on their side, so if we're already there waiting for them, antagonising them, they're going to be a bit confused as to why we're supposed to be with them going forwards.
Oh, you want us to deceive them again? I see.
Well, yeah, that's the whole plan, is to be part of the attack, as it were, or at least to not be visible. It would be peculiar to suddenly pop up.
I was just gonna blend in like a chameleon.
I love it.
A chameleon in the urban city, in the urban jungle.
Well, look, we need to find out what the actual Billhooks plan is. So we pass on words of affirmative to the Billhooks. Say, yep, we're in. Let us know what we need to know, the timings, the plan, and we'll be involved. Try and get as much information as we can. Again, I think trying to use that connection to Grace as an interim to try and again, they might be wary of us, but again, using her to kind of, they'll probably be more open-lipped with her and tell her more.
I so want to see in like a season's time when we've done like 10 world scores with the Billhooks, but each time we've fucked them over, they still don't know it's us.
I'm suspicious, but alright, I'll trust you on this one.
I mean, guys, honestly, how unlucky are we going to be?
It can't happen again. That would be so unlucky.
We're down to one last Billhook. I don't even know what happened. I keep losing them in ambushes. Hey guys, how about a trip to the Deathlands? Here's a big.
We know where around.
A bit thin here, Porum. Don't think we could. Oh, go on, I'll sway you. Rolls a 6. Oh, go on.
Go on, you first, mate.
Ignore that loud, horrible sound of a roaring monster. There's nothing out there, promise.
Yeah.
Cassidy, you're just a wimp. Man up and go on into the Deathlands.
He's pining for the fjords.
Yeah, I bet the Billhooks will respond really well to toxic masculinity, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives them partially.
Oh yeah.
And
they're really looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. So you're trying to find out as much as you can from the Billhooks.
Yeah.
You may have to do a roll to find out more, because otherwise all they do is you kind of find out is that they know they're using like their spy network, such as it is, basically beating up spies, beating up informants to find out where the lost are, and putting together a bit of a posse.
Okay, well, risky gamble. We could go and tell them where they are and say we've found the info and gain their trust that way. Bit of a gamble, but if they're going to fight anyway, might as well come from us, and we could earn some brownie points. Say that. What could we say? We could say that, or we could.
We could say that they know we're planning this together. Do they? The Billhooks are like actively planning this with us, or they're just letting us know when it's happening?
They're doing their attack, and we'll help them.
They've kind of invited you to join with the expectation that you will, because you also want revenge.
We've accepted because we want to be ingratiated and know as much as we can and be.
But their plan is literally just to rush them because they know that they've got the numbers and the strength.
They just don't know they are yet. So again, it depends how.
I think at the very least, I'm not sure if there's gathering info or something because it sounds like it's going to be a score, is it? Or something like that. Maybe we could like roll some caltrops or something, like where they're going to be charging into, just so they're slowed even more, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, we're going to do plenty of shenanigans. I think. How about? How about we get? We talk to them. We know where they want to set up this little funnel operation. How about we help? We give the Billhooks the information of. We know a weakness. It's at whatever X point, that we know the Lost are going to put a trap in there, but we tell the Billhooks that's going to be a sign of weakness. I'm just trying to think of how we deliver that and make it seem
why would
convincing.
You know what the Lost are doing?
Exactly, yeah, that's what I mean, exactly. I'm trying to think of a way to, do we like kind of bring Lorenzo like beaten and battered and say that like he, try to show that we've kind of, I don't know, something's happened. Either he was spying or caught, and just try and gain their trust that way.
Beaten and battered?
Well, I don't know.
Why
Can't
does
be me.
your punching?
Can't be in my
punching
mold.
bait?
And Friedrich's very, his entire.
You bruise easier. Should
career
definitely be.
Do you know what I'm trying to say though? Something to kind of like provide the input. We need to obviously deliver it in a way that's convincing, like I say, not just really obvious. Like, oh yeah, you should attack here. It's really good.
I think you'll be able to like set up the locale so that you know where they're likely to be coming from.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Just get that advantage, try and steer them towards that kind of funnel point a little bit. Perhaps we could say,
I mean, unless they were trying to go around the sides and stuff, that's a very obvious way they would come, like direct from like the nearest street.
So I'm getting, you're kind of telling us we kind of know everything we need to know, really. So they're doing.
So,
okay.
I think I mean they're gonna be barreling down towards them.
So I had an idea. And my idea was a bit of a Trojan horse thing. Like, I was thinking of some way of like, this is because Lawrie inspired me with this whole weapon idea that was interesting. I was thinking of like, is there some way to kind of give them like a weapon or an item, or like say, hey, here's a device that if you plant it will help breach, but actually it's obviously booby trapped. It'll actually go off and take them out when they try to use it as such. Try and give them something to take into battle that kind of backfires when they're in. I'm trying to think what that would look like, and again, I don't think I figured out how to do delayed fuses, but
you could do any manner of that kind of thing. There's like a breaching charge that can you plant on one side of a wall and it shoots pellets through the other side, right?
Well, that's something that's
give
quite
them
cool.
Something to that effect, but then it shoots reverse. So when they activate it shoots them instead.
Well, like a reverse claymore, but it's not reverse.
Yeah.
Reverse, like a correct claymore.
Yeah, but
what do you think? I'm trying to get something like that ready for.
I don't know how good it would be in the time you've got left. To be honest,
it's true. It's not special.
Depends on the roll.
True.
I mean, you could put a couple of grenades into a tube and say, "Pull this." Put it against the wall and pull this.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. Make a grenade launcher. So this will be great to use, but actually, it's kind of like just got a. Actually, the mechanism doesn't like propel the grenades; it detonates grenades on.
I mean, it would be very suspicious.
Before, what do you mean? Before.
Like if you just give them something where it's like, use this. Oh, it exploded. Damn.
Well, we don't.
Once to kill them all.
Yeah, once the battle started, we don't care. We don't plan to come out of this engagement and still be like, "Whoa, sorry guys." No, this is the.
Yeah, we're not actually going to try to deceive them 3-4 times over. We can't test that. We're not testing out like that one.
So yeah, some of that. Can I? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
This is basically at this point the Lost being wiped out, or we still keep this.
The same bottles.
I don't think so. Mine's a Rasaki spout type thing. This is more of a flippy.
You're Tequila Sunrise, and I'm Blue Lagoon.
That's it.
Right, Blue Lagoon.
All right, cool. Well, it sounds like it's the engagement roll. No, it's.
Well, I guess this is what it's all funny. This is kind of like in our it's still again months in. I was looking for trouble. This is still kind of our
gathering information.
Gather information. That's kind of what this is. Then we're doing like set up the school basically, which is basically just to do as much as we can to fucking make maximum impact before the battle even happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Saffron's making a fake
booby trap grenade launcher.
Lorenzo, you're preparing the best sort of sniper's nest.
Well, if this is gathering info, we know about how many there are exactly, do we? Could I do the gathering info? If we know they have about 20 men, I want to find out which men are going to be the most like fighty, who are like the most important or significant in that combat, and then I want to, if possible, get an ID on them.
We
So I
do
was
need to know,
thinking maybe-
right? So I'm just thinking we do need to know, right? If this is the attack, then we're trying to, again, we can't wipe them out altogether, but debilitate to the point they're no good. Like, if they're just sending again 20 grunts, and this isn't actually going to do the job. So do we know like that Coran's going to be there? Do we know that actually kind of significant leadership will be there to make this a finish? Because again, really, if they're just sending a bunch of grunts, it's going to go around in circles actually. So do we know that, or maybe that's worth finding out? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's going to need a roll because they'll be sort of all over the place, and you won't be able to get that information out of anyone.
Do you think they'll have like a roster among the officers or something, or like in their offices, or?
Ooh. Friedrich, you could try and like kind of do a bit of burglary, try and like either infiltrate or pickpocket. Try and find like that. Someone must have the plan, the call sheet for the day. Must have the plan. There must be someone something.
The roster.
Could try and maybe it's more like a burglary job, more of a little mini break into to try and
Remind me what the nature of this property is.
Property, you mean?
The place we're trying to get into to get this. Are we?
Is the Billhooks?
Just the Billhooks.
Just Billhooks HQ.
Group. Do we know where the Billhooks HQ is? I mean, they run the docks basically.
Yeah, we've been chatting, haven't we? I'm just thinking, like, otherwise, what
I don't think. Does the Damned Emporium have a piece of paper with all of your names on it?
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hunt Cassidy.
Oh, here we go.
And the action roll is actually gathering information about its location and movements about a target. So I'm gonna gather information about his movements and just like kind of watch him the last 7 hours or so, 8 hours before the actual attacks timed to go off, and I'm gonna kind of watch very closely who he's with, who's close to him, because I imagine he keeps his like bestest fighters around him close, right? His big bodyguards or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of eye them up and kind of like look at, just like really scrutinize them and see if they're like, if they've got like a malady, like if they're coughing a lot, or if they're like, you know, if they got a gammy leg or something. Looking for any weaknesses on those persons.
Why do you need to know if they got a cough?
I don't know, anything I
How's
can
take
advantage of.
Fine.
You know, set off a valve when they're passing through the choke point between the train lines, so, you know, it kicks up a whole thing of smoke or whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking of ideas, man.
Oh no, that's Bill. You can't. He's impervious to bullets.
He's got asthma.
But he's got a cough.
He's got a really bad asthma attack.
It's like the boys. You're trying to find out how to kill all the soups.
Yeah.
Put a grenade up his ass. All right.
But, you know,
go on and roll me.
If they've got a Controlled.
What are you rolling? Hunt. I'm gonna do it risky because you are. If you get spotted by him, you're supposed to be his ally. You're stalking him.
I guess I'm stalking. That seems like a bit of a choice use of words. I'm just following him from a bit behind. As well. Risky, standard.
Yeah.
Can I push for effect? Or trade thingy for effect? Position for effect.
You want to go to desperate?
Yes.
For great effect?
Great effect, and the difference from standard to great would be I know exactly who to hit and who to target, or where to target.
To do what? To take out the top ranks.
To put most impact on them during the fight, right?
Okay.
You cut off the head and the body falls or whatever.
Yeah.
Take out the leadership and then it all crumbles apart.
The head of the snake.
Exactly. That's what the rifles used to do.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use my Daredevil ability. When you roll a desperate action, get +1 dice to the roll, but also -1 d to any resistance rolls against consequences. So I'm
Which
desperate,
No one does anyway.
with great effect, with bonus die. Do I push myself? No.
You're really gonna...
Ah!
Coward.
Huzzah!
Nice.
Whoa!
Well, it's a 6.
Tell me if I see that gammy leg and that asthmaed Avenger.
I don't think the top ranks of the Billhooks are going to be cripples, but you do ID them. The ones who Koran is giving messages to, and the ones who go off and start like yelling at other Billhooks and gathering up squads. And so I think you would be able to identify any of the other lieutenants.
And how many are there?
If they were, I mean, I think he talks to people like 3 that you see.
And is there anything funky with them? Do I notice anything like?
Why do you need to have something funky with them?
Just extra info, you know. Maybe I see one talking to another gang or something like that.
No, I mean your role was to ID all the lieutenants, so top rankers.
Yeah. With great effect, telling me if they have anything janky with them.
I don't know what this means. You want to know if they're like their medical records, or like you want to know if they.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that kind of thing, but obviously not to the T. They're all like.
I think they're all. If they're going to be like a higher rank in the Billhooks, they're not going to be anything wrong with them. They're all going to be properly fighting fit. They're going to be Silas-esque.
Okay. So orcs. We're against orcs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I finished my reconnoiter. and rendezvous.
Is reconnoiter the new desert power?
Yeah. I heard
Nice.
Dan Snow say it a couple of times.
It's not the real thing.
What do you mean?
Just because Dan Snow says something doesn't mean it's academic.
Is it Dan Snow? Who's the guy who does history here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dan Snow.
Yeah. It's like the long version of recon, right? Well, that's reconnaissance. What's recon? I'm looking up.
You've gone mad.
Make a
You've got too much
military
airtime.
make a military observation of a region. Reconnoiter. Okay.
Reconnoiter, isn't it?
Reconnoiter.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
Alex to.
Raconteur?
I'm waiting for Alex to explain because he'll know exactly.
I just looked it up. It's a military
Explain what
observation.
exactly, sorry?
Reconnoiter. Reconnoiter.
It's to make a military observation of a region.
Yeah, reconnoiter is the verb of reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is the. No. If you reconnoiter something, you have done some reconnaissance.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Fuck you, history hit. Suck at my history hit. Very good. Who needs Dan Snow? Dan who?
He's
Oh,
good.
Alex the Mighty.
He's based.
Indeed, he's very based. Brilliant.
All right.
Reconnoiter done.
Yes, all right.
Accomplished.
Have indeed reconnoitered
Reconnoitered.
some reconnaissance in your spotting craft.
So we know that Cassidy hangs with some very burly men who are all of fit health.
Yep. They all go
Good.
down to the racquetball. Have a good old thrash. as a
See, that's
warm-up.
what I wanted to see, and I can exploit their tennis elbow.
They got very strong elbows.
They're just impervious.
Got Leviathan elbow. Right, Friedrich, are you doing any gathering info?
Well, did we decide that there was going to be a point to Friedrich trying to kind of wheedle his way in with some North Hook knobs, or not? Or is that really not the focus anymore?
It will be. I think at this point, given the immediacy of how the Billhooks are planning to attack ASAP, the mission's very much become set up the attack and the ambush and try and maximise.
I can only think of if you have like a cool idea to plant a seed of doubt with the North Hooks based on what's about to happen. You know, like all the Billhooks are leaving the docks unprotected to go and take out some vendetta or something, or to go beat up some tier 1 gang. Like, doesn't seem very professional, does it?
Yeah, I guess that could be a good sort of like running interference kind of thing. There's the chance that the North Hook might, I don't know, put a word in with the Billhooks bosses and be like, well, actually, what are you up to? Maybe distract them a bit. Give it a go. I mean, I don't have any other good ideas, so.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, the immediate threat is the attack and what we can do to maximise it. Saffron's setting up with a booby trap weapon. Lorenzo is setting up a crow's nest in the lookout to get a sniping position on them. I'm trying to think what Friedrich would be best.
I think even if you like went to a few of your posh clubs and just started loudly talking about the Billhooks being like, you know, what's the word? Who are the cavemen? The stupid cavemen, Neanderthals.
They're actually quite intelligent compared to other early humans.
Nah.
Yeah, actually.
It depends
smarter
on
than a
what
dolphin.
your intelligence is. They were
Nothing
good at some
smarter
stuff
than a dolphin.
others. Anyway, yes.
But they
Or
never made
Shamu.
friends. They didn't learn how to make friends.
Shamu versus a Neanderthal.
Shamu.
Under
Why?
Paris.
On this episode of University Challenge, you have universally challenged Neanderthals.
So what you're saying,
dolphins,
Ollie, you're saying Friedrich could go to a bar and
saying-
start making fun of the.
Saying Friedrich can reconnoiter to one of the clubs.
Oh, can he?
And because you don't know who the Norfolk are, right? Technically, the characters don't. But you know they are kind of the paymasters of the Billhooks. So you go around sort of the aristo clubs, start slagging them off, talking about how stupid they are, how they're going to go and like charge down into Coleridge to go and take out some gang that they got slighted by, and you know, who would ever trust them to do anything, and basically be a little shit stirrer, and then hoping somebody will overhear it and somebody will go and inform the Northhooks.
He'll spend a good couple of hours in the furry. No, what's a classy mushroom themed name?
Lion's Mane.
The chanterelle.
Oh.
He's going to spend an evening in the VIP bar at the Chanterelle. You know, overspending to get the cover charge in, and buy a few drinks for just kind of random business people, and get chatting. Just, you know, say he's, you know, in shipping, in imports, exports.
Yeah,
that's always a good one. And just, by the by, I wonder if you heard about those absolute Neanderthals that run the docks around here. What is it? The sill hook, the hook men, butchers, the Billhooks. That's the one, the Billhooks. Just, I mean, I've been hearing about their sharp practice and ridiculous blunders for years now, but it does, in particular, seem like they're about to launch some preposterous attack on small-time gangsters. I thought they had friends in high places. They were going places, doing big deals. I even heard they were working with the North Hook. But can't think that'll continue for long if they keep throwing their weight around like this. Brutes. Another drink.
And then I think, let me just find the name. Give me the name. You see out of the corner of your eye on one of these conversations, you see Elstera Avrathi, who is an Eruvian diplomat who you've had the pleasure of meeting, but you also know that she is one of the 7 of the Circle of Flame. And as you kind of watch out of the corners of your eyes whilst you're laying down these truth bombs, you see her excuse herself and like leave the room in that kind of way that people do, like, oh, they desperately need to go and tell somebody something that they've just heard, basically.
Friedrich just sort of quietly smiles to himself and sips his drink, and then just like gestures and calls over to someone that he's never met and goes, "Oh, Rufus, my old dog."
Who, me?
And just kind of accosts another likely-looking mark and continues the job for a little while, and then heads back to join the party.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, sounds like we're starting a score.
I think so. Terrifyingly.
Yeah, I mean, what is the plan and detail? Is it assault? I mean, it's deception, right?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not the same as last time. What did we do last time? Did we do
I think it definitely deception last time.
deception? It's a tough one.
We
'Cause
could
it's- well-
swing it. Well, I was going to say, we could swing assault for sure, right? Because we're technically just leading them into an ambush, more or less.
Yeah.
Well, that said, again, it's only for the engagement. I think we chose deception last time because it's for the engagement, right? Which, again, we're not engaging in combat. So it kind of has to be deception again, because...
Yeah,
Yeah.
deception
example-
is lure, trick, or manipulate.
Yeah, it has to be
Oh.
deception again.
So it's not
It might
like
turn...
so it's not talking the score in total. It's just
No,
just
the
the
engagement.
start of the score.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, well,
exactly.
yeah. The start of the score is definitely framed as a deception.
Because I'm trying. I mean, obviously we'll find out where Milo wants to be. I mean, Friedrich, where will you be? I mean, again, I'm trying to think. We know Lorenzo will be up in the crow's nest, so we can. I don't know how we'll play that off. I don't know how interested they are in where we actually are. I can't imagine Saffron and me rolling ahead at the front of the charge. But will they be suspicious if we're nowhere to be seen? We need to be nearby. I mean, imagine.
I feel like Saffron. I feel like you should have like a double-barrel shotgun or something. Because an old man in a wheelchair with a double-barrel shotgun is far more intimidating than one without one.
That's
What
true.
about if...
Does it
This
rock
is
as
true.
well? Does your wheelchair have a rocking function?
Yeah,
Hey,
It's not-
Shetty.
it's not something I've ever necessarily had or used, or.
Yeah.
Long day
But,
out of the
which I
barrel.
imagine we would. I imagine if Silas were here, he would probably offer to be in the charge, because again, being a fighter, it would make sense for him to be
What
there,
a stroke
and
of
of,
a long barrel.
and of course plan to flip at the opportune moment to attack from
Shall be
within.
rusty.
And obviously he can confirm that, I guess, next time. I'm trying to think where it will make sense for us to be. I mean, I guess I mean, Saffron, if he's going to be involved in the charge, will be probably near the back, kind of, pretending to offer support with.
Yeah.
Again, don't be too close, because when it does turn, they're going to turn and stab him in the face. So.
Well, you know what's gonna tell us where everyone is. It's gonna be how well the engagement roll goes.
Boom. What? Well, yeah, Friedrich going in. Where do you think Friedrich would slot into the attack, as it were?
Well, I think we
Really
can-
not sure.
I think we do the engagement roll,
Okay.
and then based on that we can say, how it starts, because basically if you spend 20 minutes coming up with like this perfect formation, and
Yes,
then you get a
Snake eyes.
desperate start,
Yeah.
then it's not
Okay.
gonna really
Well,
matter.
yeah, I thought it might factor into the role of how well we're set up, but no, that's.
I think Friedrich can handle himself with his Krav Maga, right?
That's true.
I've seen that deployed once before, and it's very, very, very useful.
Yeah, he's not completely vulnerable. He can also go invisible now, which is helpful.
And through walls, so.
And through wall.
I can imagine that helps with your fighting ability as well. Imagine you're just trying to fight a guy that he just morphs through you. I'd throw you off, fucking hell.
Yeah, I think it yeah, there's nothing that says it doesn't. There's nothing that says you can't do it in combat. It's not that sort of game.
Yeah,
No.
narrative led. I think you definitely can.
And also, like paying 2 stress to like meld through someone and then stab them in the neck by surprise, probably worth it.
Pretty spicy. I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Or
Get
imagine
plus
if
1d6 to your roll. Great.
I'm just imagining like 2 MMA fighters, grappling, and one just like melds through the other, and then suddenly he's on top. He's winning.
He's on top, eh?
Super useful.
Well, I mean, we'll do loadout and we'll do engagement roll, and then we'll probably start the score next time, because I imagine, as usual, the person who's not here is the person who gets the score which is most fitting to them. So Silas and the Silas Stompers probably would want to be in the middle, in the thick of it, in the mosh.
Stompers are gambling, mate.
Oh yeah, true.
I will be going normal, wheelchair and all.
Nice.
I think heavy armor or does the heavy load impact your movement? It's one or the other.
Yeah, it'll be impacting your movement, I imagine.
Is that heavy armor or heavy load?
Heavy load.
Okay. I mean, I can always just drop a flashback to say I've got my rifle up there if it's too big.
Well, why take stress? I mean, you just
Cause it'll be either like a 1 stress flashback or no stress, because it's like something we've prepared for quite obviously.
Wow.
We've led them into this area.
Feel
We know
we
where the
should
staging ground is.
plan for no stress flashbacks. That seems like a recipe for being told they're very much pre-dressed.
Well, it's something you could have done easily beforehand. I don't see why.
Sure. Hey, it's
You'd take 3 stress for that.
your party.
Is it now? Yeah.
Well,
We can't do much in the way of prep for it, really.
we can say that you've stashed stuff in your little crow's nest, but if you take like normal load, you're not going to be able to like carry it all with you, basically. If you want to leave.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, I would have just left the rifle, I think. At that point.
All right, cool. Well, let's not labour the point.
My vision was to have you guys walking down, like, to where the lost are, and then Gus is with you. As soon as shit goes down, I get Gus to bite someone's leg, and then just snipe that person straight away.
Gus is the first mover.
Well, it's like, imagine you just walking along and then you have a dog clamp onto your leg. You're like, with your arms up. Well, easy, sniper target.
That's true. Alright, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yeah. I'd say so.
Is the
It's
operation
bold because, yeah.
is it
Kind of
overly
wipe out.
complex or contingent on many factors?
I mean,
I wouldn't say so.
kind of not in a way, but it depends how micro you want to go on it. I mean, it's kind of happening with or without us in a way. We could do nothing, and I guess that's a really hard one to interpret. I'd have to be able to DM.
I think if you were still trying to keep them as friends, it would probably be overly complex. But you're not. It's just like a very straight up
Yeah.
ambush. So
Yeah.
I think that's fine. That's 2 dice so far. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? I'd say in open warfare, probably not.
They're all there though, right?
The thing that jumps to
All the
mind.
Billhooks are there. We've got
I
them right where we
agree.
want them.
You
Yeah,
don't-
but
you
I
don't
think
know
the way
if they're
Olly's looking at it is obviously like they're strongest in combat. That's kind of the thing. So I do get that. My mind went to, obviously they're weakest in that we're kind of out thinking them. Although they're kind of in a physical confrontation, we are playing on the fact they are a bit meat-headed and brutish, and we're kind of playing on that weakness of theirs. That's the only thing my mind goes to is we are kind of playing on their ability to just barrel in, and we'll take advantage of that. So that was my thing.
Yeah, the plan's to lead them into the choke and then engage, right? Rather than fight them in the open.
Cool. I mean, it will still involve fighting.
But I mean, like they are a gang that are all about brutality. So having brawling with them, skirmishing with them is not their vulnerability.
Yeah.
Or where they're weakest. Weakest, not even where they're weak.
True.
We should have seduced them all.
You should have got them into a debating
Or a spelling bee.
competition. Yeah.
Oh no, I feel really dumb. I didn't have to
Go back to Jordan
Oh.
Peterson in White Crown, Whitestone. Is the target strongest against this approach? Particular defenses or special preparations? So I'm going to say yes.
Do we know those factors and why you're saying yes?
For the same reason you're not getting the +1 hitting them where they're weakest.
But we're deceiving
They're
them.
turning up. They're turning up geared for a fight. We're getting the drop on them, but we're still at a disadvantage in the fight. Like we're not.
True.
We're
Those
not
two seem very
challenging.
similar.
We're not challenging them at something they're bad at.
Read it back in. I don't remember those 2 points ever seeming so damn similar. You said about that's the same thing.
Well, you can be somewhere in the middle. I think we definitely said like neither before. Neither weakest or strongest.
Yeah. All right, fair.
I'd say they're at a disadvantage considering we've planned for this. We're leading them into a place on our own.
This is the whole point. This is the whole point of the engagement role. To see, because they're not just drones that just get manipulated by the players. They're actually also a thinking, planning gang as well. This is to put you on equal footing.
Read them back to me again. Cause I just can't. They sounded. You said them then like those are the same thing. I've never had that. But hearing it a dozen times,
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they are weakest? Take +1 dice.
No.
Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have a particular defense or special preparations?
But then I would say again that's what I mean. It must go back. If this isn't at their weakest, then it can't be at their strongest either. It's the same. I felt the same logic has to apply, right? Because they are if this was us attacking them in their base, that's them at their strongest. They are out in a trap, vulnerable. So it's definitely not, and that we are exposing a vulnerability there, isn't it?
The plan's detail.
Well, deception, not assault, right?
Is the plan's detail is the method of deception, which is you pretending to be their allies, but you're still -1 with them. Maybe they're not strongest against that approach. Then
that's what I would say. Is that if this isn't their weakest, it's also them their strongest either. That's what I would.
Yeah, I feel like if we were like right, knives at dawn, we'll fight you in the open.
Yeah,
they're aware of that. Then it's
I think if the plan's detail was assault. Yeah. All right, so you're still at 2 dice.
Cool.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Well, again, I was thinking again of, and again, it always trips me up. It's such a strange concept. Although we did use it last minute well. I mean, if we were literally using the Lost to do this. So there's that. Also, again, I don't know how helpful Grace would be in this period. She seems to have gone a bit quiet, but potentially something there. But it's always that strange thing of, I haven't said it yet.
I think Grace is like not on either side really. So
Cool. Fair.
she's not gonna help you and jeopardize being an enemy of the Billhooks.
If the Billhooks told us anything particular, that would help us against them. They've been a bit shy on the details, haven't they? Overall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they don't. I mean, they're like, we're going to attack them at this point. Meet us there. They're not going to be like, here's everything we're going to do up till that point, and this is who we're going to bring, and this is their names.
Yeah,
and
Well, if we found that bit of paper, we'd know.
yeah. Wait a minute.
Their bloody journal. Cassidy's diary.
Yeah. This says that Brix was present at this morning's meeting. What's going on? Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in this operation? Is there? That's a weird one for me, because if there was, you wouldn't know about it, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, you've done that before. You've done that. You've done.
I have
You've
done
literally
that.
said -1, and we said what? You said no, not telling you. I think that was specifically the gala infiltration where the inspector was there. I feel like that was the one where he was literally in the building. I think that was which was very fair.
Very fair.
It's definitely a big tell of yours if you do say it, so it's kind of a...
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I don't say it, but sometimes I just read it without realizing what I'm reading. Any other elements you want to consider? You're at the same tier, so
district's pretty... Everything's pretty level.
I think they've probably got the number advantage, but you've got the home turf advantage. So
Yep. No.
So I think we're on 2 dice then.
Sounds right.
And I really pray it's not a 4 or a 5 this time.
So,
because I hate that.
I see that Spirit Warden clock there.
Yeah.
I reckon that's going to be full after next session. Because this is going to be a bloody moider. It's going to be a massacre on the streets.
This is true. It's a good point.
If they're bringing around 20 men.
Here we go.
Lost of 5. We have.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Someone said Snake Eyes earlier.
You rigged it.
Not quite Snake Eyes.
We're looking at a 10, 20 versus
Although
20.
a 2 does look like a snake sometimes as well.
It looks like we just got fucked, is what it looks like.
Sure, there are 3-eyed snakes.
I mean, we were owed a bad engagement roll. It's been a bit of a streak.
It's been a long
We've had some good
time.
ones.
And I'm sure they all seem an opportunity, but this definitely seems like a very bad one.
Well, maybe I need to go away and think of what that means for next time. And Silas will be really happy to come back and start with a desperate engagement roll.
Yeah, how does
we're just
Let me
gonna
have a
go
look,
flashback.
because... Oh, sorry, please.
Fuck.
Yeah, we can flash back to fuck, but like, does that not just mean like instantly that it starts and they know you're betraying them, or is it more about everything's just wrong? Like Lorenzo's tower has just collapsed, like Silas's wheelchair, the wheels just popped off mid. I don't know, like.
Well,
I'm trying to think. I can't remember how it really relates to like.
Saffron takes a level 3 harm, I think, obviously.
Just obviously.
A standard.
It just inserts us into the start of the score, like a bit just after it started, but things have already gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like imagine like the first or second like obstacles of the score, like the challenges you have to face. You've already failed them.
Obstacle.
Yeah, you've already failed like the first challenge.
Lost haven't put the train barricades up in the right place. There's, there's 2 massive choke points.
Like when you turned up to that party and the drugged the guy's son and he fell out of the carriage in front of the guards.
So yeah, it's more like I guess it's that thing of yes,
Not
yes,
the
like,
hard one.
yeah. Like you were saying, it's like because I've never read the thing. I think it's actually very interesting reading actual stuff about the engagement role. Yeah, the first actions happen and we're actually already going. So it's like you said, it's when we're talking about how we're all done. Is it how we're all done? Is it more like Lorenzo overslept and isn't in the crow's nest yet, or like.
Well, I never. I think my rule is I never, and it's actually in the GM best practices. I never make it so that the players are incompetent.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, the engagement role is about making sure that the other faction is the living, breathing gang. So a desperate engagement normally means they've got the upper hand on you for some unforeseen circumstance, hitherto unknown circumstance, and so you get to the score and you're like, shit. I already have an inkling of what it's going to be.
I think Norfolk, hearing tell of Billhooks going and attacking the Lost, would probably lead into them sending some sort of backup. Was that bloody Gatling weapon I was telling you about? God damn it, we're gonna bring that.
Yeah, you've manifested it.
Yeah, it's like when in the end of Red Dead and the army just turn up with the Gatling gun on the wagon. We got you now, boys. Oh shit.
Is that 1 or 2?
I think both. I know it happens in 1 for sure. Or Red Dead 1. Not Red Dead Revolver.
Well,
and it happens in the second one as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. Yes, I think you are all set up in the best way possible. No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to prepare something better for next time. I'm not going to be like, oh, they outflanked you, you idiots.
Good. It'll make me cranky.
Because I did say that they were definitely going to come from this one certain direction. Nice.
Looking forward to see what shit show we show up in.
Shit show you show up in, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course after that I'll be off for 2 weeks, so
selfish.
You know, feel free to turn up and play with that GM and let me know how it goes.
Come back. So
just do whatever you want. Yeah.
We've won. We're now all kings of Kira's Nest. Saffron has 14 whole bodyguards.
Nice.
Lorenzo has 14
Automata.
ghost dogs.
I'll do a Leviathan heist, but I want to wait till you're the Olly actually. Be some captain.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that more recently. I need to read up on that because that looks really cool actually.
Nice. Go on fishing. It's the name of the one shot.
And now I've seen your singing capabilities. You all have to do the shanties.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
There's Leviathan Hunter shanties, Alex.
Cool.
I know.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 they've made.
Nice. Well, if we do it to the tune of something of Tenacious D, then definitely possible.
Yes.
Nice.
And some Chisk.
And some
Chisk. Oh, I like Chisk. I know. I miss the fact that they have a diet Chisk. Why don't we have any diet beers?
Yeah, it's Chisk itself. That was the low carb one.
Yeah, why do we have that?
And better as well.
I'm
Isn't that Bud Light?
Yeah, that's got connotations to it. It's not like Chisk Light.
That's the problem about Britain, not about the beer then.
Well, it's American, isn't it? It's all like the American rednecks. Redneck beer.
You're basically a redneck, though.
Am I?
Townie.
Basically a redneck.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. We'll have a very bloody score next time.
Yeah, move on.
And one way or another, you will probably be at war with the Billhooks. What's left of the Billhooks.
Yeah.
Damn son.
Damn, son.
Damn son, damn. And then maybe as you see the billhooks coming towards you, the camera pans to like the top of a building, and you see a little pair of binoculars, and you see a man standing there watching. What's going on here then? Who was that?
Surely he heard all about it when Friedrich was spouting off.
Oh yeah.
Can I just retcon slightly and say when I was doing my gathering information, I came up with names for the lieutenants I was stalking, and I also gave them a number each as well.
Okay.
I'll leave that there.
What's the name of that? Has anybody read The Black Company?
Nope.
It's a really good dark fantasy series, like medieval fantasy about a mercenary company, and the baddies that they fight all have these. There's like the 10. Oh yeah, the 10 who were taken are like the generals of the baddies, and they're like magical beings that are like super creepy, and they're called Soulcatcher, Limper, Howler, Shapeshifter, Stormbringer, Hanged Man, Bone Gnasher, Nightcrawler.
The man is cool.
Something about archetypes, spooky archetypes.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Catan in 40K.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a bit where they're hiding in a basement and they hear like the limping footsteps above them on the floorboards. It's really good. Mr. Limper.
Yeah,
so yeah, maybe you've given them names like that.
Well, that's spooked me out. GG everybody. Good stash.
Yeah, everyone go and read The Black Company, and then you'll realise why I want to play Band of Blades so much. Because it's basically the game of it.
Yeah,
Will do.
Well, do. All right.
Got it on the list.
We'll see us next time.
On Blades in the Dark.
That was so spooky.
To suck your blood.
Your blade.
That sounds horrible. I don't want to suck anyone's blade.
We suck at your blade.
That's worse than the plug hole. Right, I'm going.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night, pals. Thanks, Sophie.